Netflix's new series Ransom Canyon is about to take over your watch list. Some viewers are already calling it way better than Yellowstone. And not just for the drama, but for the heart, the romance, and the raw, emotional storytelling. It's being described as Cowboy Virgin River, and honestly, that description couldn't be more accurate. In this video, we're diving into what makes Ransom Canyon stand out, why it's trending, and why James Brolin's role might be his best in years. Ransom Canyon is a romantic Western drama adapted from the best-selling novels by Jodi Thomas. Set in the rugged Texas Hill Country, the show follows the intertwined lives of several families living in the town of Ransom Canyon. Where the land is harsh, the traditions run deep, and secrets don't stay buried for long. It's got ranchers, love stories, legacy drama, and a strong sense of community that feels authentic and immersive. The show officially premieres on Netflix on April 17, 2025. And trust me, people are already hyped. So why are people comparing it to Virgin River? Well, it captures that same small-town intimacy, the kind where everybody knows your business, but adds a cowboy twist. Imagine slow-burn love stories, heartbreaks that feel personal, and dusty landscapes that stretch for miles, but with characters who ride horses instead of working in cafes. If Yellowstone is all about power and territory, Ransom Canyon leans into emotion, vulnerability, and quiet resilience. It's more about healing than conquering, more about connection than conflict, though don't worry, there's still drama. One of the biggest reasons Ransom Canyon is gaining traction is the return of James Brolin to a major screen role. He plays Cap Fuller, an old-school rancher who's wise, weathered, and full of stories. Brolin brings gravity and soul to the role. It's the kind of performance that makes you lean in. And with Brolin trending lately thanks to his son Josh Brolin sharing a hilarious childhood memory about watching Apocalypse Now at age 11, the timing couldn't be better. Fans are excited to see the legendary actor bring his signature depth to a character who truly feels like the heart of the series. But this isn't a one-man show. Ransom Canyon boasts a strong ensemble cast that delivers chemistry and believable dynamics. Josh Duhamel plays Staten Kirkland, a rancher with a complicated past and a guarded heart. He's charismatic, rough around the edges, and emotionally layered. Minka Kelly plays Quinn O'Grady, whose return to the town stirs up memories and tensions. Their relationship arc is slow, sincere, and incredibly watchable. Add in Owen Macken, Nora Zehetner, and Maria Del Mar Gonzalez, and you've got a cast that really feels like a community. Messy, flawed, and deeply human. One of the most striking things about Ransom Canyon is its pacing. Unlike a lot of fast-cut, high-stakes dramas, this show lets you sit with moments. There's a quiet beauty in how it captures grief, love, silence, and change. Whether it's two characters sharing coffee at dawn or riding through the empty plains in reflection, the show knows how to feel real. It's cinematic, but grounded. Beautiful, but not over-stylized. Every shot feels like a painting of Texas life, not the flashy version, but the real kind, with dust in your boots and stories in your bones. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Is it actually better than Yellowstone? That depends on what you're looking for. Yellowstone is intense, political, and often brutal. Ransom Canyon, in contrast, is emotional, romantic, and character-driven. If Yellowstone is a whiskey shot, Ransom Canyon is slow-sip sweet tea on the porch. So no, it's not trying to replace it. It's carving out its own space in the genre. But for many viewers who crave depth over drama and warmth over war, it might just feel better, and that's why the comparisons are flooding in. So why should you give Ransom Canyon a shot? Because it's more than just cowboys and ranch life. It's about the stories we carry, the families we build, and the wounds we try to heal. It's got romance, tension, and stunning landscapes. But above all, it's got heart. Whether you're a longtime fan of westerns or totally new to the genre, this series welcomes you in. And with James Brolin leading the way, it's hard not to get invested. Ransom Canyon drops April 17th on Netflix. So mark your calendar, grab a cozy blanket, and get ready to fall into a show that just might surprise you. If you like this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments. What really sets Ransom Canyon apart is how it handles character backstories. Unlike a lot of dramas that rely on flash for attention, this series takes its time peeling back the layers of each character. Staten isn't just a brooding cowboy. He's a man carrying grief, guilt, and responsibilities that weigh heavy on his shoulders. Quinn isn't just a returning hometown girl. She's someone grappling with the ghosts of choices she made and people she lost. The emotional arcs feel earned and believable. These aren't surface-level archetypes. They're written like real people, with flaws that matter and growth that feels satisfying to watch unfold. Another thing people are loving? The setting feels like a character itself. The landscape of Ransom Canyon is wide, sun-drenched, and quietly powerful. You can almost feel the heat rising from the dusty roads, smell the leather saddles, and hear the crunch of boots on gravel. It's not just a backdrop, it influences how the characters move, what they fear, and what they fight to protect. For anyone who romanticizes the American West but craves a softer, more human version of it, this show nails the tone perfectly. It brings a sense of place that's meditative and deeply cinematic. And we can't ignore how Ransom Canyon stands out in the romance department. It's not cheap or overdone. The show leans into longing glances, slow-burning attraction, and emotional tension that builds with every episode. Nothing feels forced. The love stories aren't all perfect or even happy. Some are messy, some are tragic, and some are still unfolding, and that's what makes them feel real. This kind of romantic realism is a breath of fresh air, especially for fans who are tired of cookie-cutter love triangles or overly dramatic soap-style twists. Let's talk about the themes, because that's where the show gets surprisingly deep. Ransom Canyon explores big ideas: legacy, forgiveness, loss, and the idea of what it means to belong somewhere. Every character is wrestling with something: past trauma, family expectations, broken relationships, or fear of change. The show isn't afraid to let silence carry emotional weight, and sometimes what's left unsaid between two characters hits harder than any big monologue. It respects the audience's intelligence, and that's rare in modern drama. There's also a strong multi-generational dynamic that adds layers to the story. Cap Fuller, played by James Brolin, represents the older generation, the ones who built the land and made sacrifices. Then you've got the middle generation, ranchers like Staten, trying to hold things together while evolving with the times. And finally, the younger characters bring in modern perspectives, conflict, and energy. That contrast creates tension, but it also creates meaningful moments of understanding across age groups. It's not preachy or nostalgic. It's honest. Finally, there's something comforting about Ransom Canyon. In a world where so many shows rely on constant twists and shocks, this one slows things down and gives you space to breathe. Yes, there's conflict. Yes, there are secrets. But there's also beauty in the day-to-day moments. A shared meal, a quiet horseback ride, a hand resting on another's shoulder in silence. It's a show that invites you to feel, not just watch. That's why so many viewers are calling it way better than Yellowstone, because it's not trying to be loud. It's trying to be true.